But first, we're going to talk about Alien Romulus. This is the
Part where I walk out.
the prequel sequel film that's out now. Directed by what's his name again? Fede Alvarez, who also did a remake to Evil Dead and a film called Don't Breathe, which is a really good horror thriller. That was really good, which is funny enough original IP, but he did those two. His latest one was, of course, Evil Dead, which I haven't seen, but I heard a lot of good things about it. Said it was a really good remake to the original, which was done by Sam Raimi, yes, of course. So this is Alien Romulus. I honestly, before this film came out, we're gonna do a quick non-spoiler review, then we get into the spoilers and everything else. But leading up to this film, I didn't really think much of it, until it came to the month where they start doing the promo run for it. When I first heard about this film getting announced, I didn't really have anything much to say about it. I enjoyed the Alien franchise. To me, it just felt like they just wanted to do another film because they didn't want to lose the IP. So I didn't care for it. But then when it came to the promotional run towards it, my excitement for it came mostly because of the director. I've seen his previous work and I thought it was good. I know he's very much of a visual actor, visual director. So I was really excited to see it. And of course, the co-sign of Ridley Scott standing next to him. Of course, Ridley Scott's known for doing the first one. A legendary director standing next to him kind of made me go, okay, he got the co-sign to say this film is good. So I was really pumped up to watch it. Watched it from recording over the weekend on a Friday, late night screening because there was another screening for it, but there was so much people there. I was like, I don't really run a bit of people. But I watched it IMAX at Cineworld. And as a non-spoiler, I enjoyed this film. I thought it was a cool watch. There's things that I didn't like about it, mostly because it kind of followed the same story as other Aliens films. But the final act saved it for me. I think it's probably one of the best final acts I've seen in a film in a very long time. And as just a round off review of it before we get into the details of it, I thought it was a cool popcorn movie.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Alan has not watched it.
I have not seen it.
For a reason. Wait, before Myles gives his opinion, why didn't you want to watch this film?
I don't know how to watch this film. I know nothing about
Scared.
it. Yeah. I know nothing about it. I never really got into that Aliens franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really a good enough excuse because usually what I do is I get really into a franchise before the new one comes out.
Yeah.
But I just never had any interest in this. I know nothing about Aliens. I genuinely got like Mad Max or whatever I got into recently. I knew a little bit about it. And then
You didn't know nothing about aliens at all?
I don't fuck all about aliens. All I know is what the alien looks like. And even then, I don't think it's...
Oh, you didn't know about the rules of the alien or oh, shit.
I think there's bare of them. I think there's 7 or 9 of them if you include the Predator films, Alien vs Predator films.
Yeah.
But I think as a passing interest, give the first 2 a watch.
Yeah.
Alien and Aliens.
100%. Yeah.
And then see how you feel about
That's a
it.
bad sequel name.
What, Aliens?
Aliens plural.
Aliens. You know, this fan. Actually, Myles, you want to give your take on Alien?
Non-spoiler, I would say similar to what you said. I saw someone say actually that this is like the Force Awakens of Aliens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Same thing.
No, I can't say that.
So it's like
Actually, maybe.
it's fun. I actually enjoyed Force Awakens.
Yeah.
But in Force Awakens, it's a lot of the same story beats.
Yes.
They use a kind of Death Star and they have to drop the thing in the middle. It's the same shit.
It's literally the same way we killed them in the first one. We do the same method again.
So so I would say I would agree with that. It uses a lot of the same things, but you could argue there's only so much you could do with Aliens in terms of it's always a group of people getting caught in a situation they're not supposed to be in. Unexpected aliens, they're getting killed. How do you deal with this problem? So it follows that same thing. But I enjoyed it, but it doesn't add anything fresh to it. It's more like I'm a director who's a really big fan of an old franchise. I want to put my spin on it, as opposed to I have something new to add to the lore, to the legacy. So I enjoyed it, but it wasn't absolutely necessary in my eyes.
Yeah, I actually agree with you I'm on the same boat of it. I think I can get into spoilers now. How are you about spoilers? Because I don't think you care too much.
Look, the best year. By the time I watch it, I would have to watch the first 9.
No, you wouldn't.
Nah, you don't. You
Oh,
don't.
oh.
No,
Oh yeah, how he watches.
Okay,
watches
I
films like
see.
this. Actually, no, no.
So I would watch the first 9. By the time that kind of happens.
What about Predator? Have you seen Predator? Watch the first Predator.
First Predator's good.
First Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Real good.
Great.
I said this last episode. I've never seen an Arnold movie.
You ever seen any
I
Arnold?
can't think of a single Arnold movie that I've seen.
Shit, did that as a game.
Huh?
In 60 seconds, can you name Arnold
Fuck all.
Schwarzenegger?
Terminator.
But I think even though you haven't seen any Arnold films, you should be able to name some, no?
I can name Terminator. I can name the one where he's a tooth fairy.
You haven't seen Terminator?
The one with a tooth fairy.
No, the Easter Bunny. Was that?
Nah, I think that was The Rock.
No, The Rock was a tooth fairy.
Yeah, he was a tooth fairy.
He was. Arnold was a. Why is he an actor in the first place? What was
big,
what
huge.
was he
He's
acting?
bodybuilder, innit? They need him for
Hench.
the independent hench guy, innit?
Rambo? No,
That's not Rambo. That's another. That's not. That's,
He played
that's-
he was in a Rambo-esque film.
Yeah, that's what
Commando, I think it's called.
Yeah, Commander. Commander.
Stallone and had like the movie
Yeah, we got
beef,
Terminator. We got Kindergartner.
But that was quite a genius casting, to be
Total
fair.
Recall.
That's a classic.
Conan the Barbarian. You haven't seen Conan the
Conan is the
Barbarian?
one I'm.
Terminator,
The Running
Oh,
Man.
Batman and Robin. Yeah, right.
Camping. Oh, it's not.
Terminator 2,
I ain't seen any of these movies.
Batman and Robin.
No.
Oh, Batman Robert. Oh.
That's not a good film.
That
but
was,
yeah.
as a kid, that looks intriguing. But when I got up, that was some BS.
But like, keep scrolling. I've genuinely not seen a single movie of this guy.
Jingle All the Way. That's a good Christmas one.
Yeah.
It's
Swear.
like Greg Go.
Twins.
Go. Get a Stoneberg.
You know, I haven't seen Twins, but I've heard it's
nothing.
good. It's like one of those classics.
Generally, like that's the one actor that I've just never seen.
Fair
any.
enough.
Terminator 2 is one of my favorite of all time.
Yes.
Terminator 2 is amazing. Which is funny enough, yeah, with the whole Alien franchise, which I found quite fascinating. So my relationship with Alien overall is that I think the first Alien film I watched was Prometheus, which is kind of Alien. It was part of the franchise, part of the storyline. So I watched that, then I watched Alien Covenant, and then I watched Romulus, and then I went to watch... No, before I watched Romulus, I watched the first Alien, then I watched Aliens. And what I found quite interesting with this franchise, the first one is directed by Ridley Scott. Then Aliens is directed by James Cameron.
yeah.
Then
Is
Aliens
it?
3 is directed by David Fincher. So I
hated
saw...
that movie, though.
That's
So
wild.
like all these films, I was watching them and I literally saw the different styles
Yeah,
of
yeah,
each of these directors.
Yeah.
So James Cameron's version of Aliens literally felt like a Terminator, even like Avatar.
It felt
I
like
felt
Avatar.
it had a lot of
You know what I
Avatar
clocked in that as well? You
essence
see,
to
like
it.
in Avatar, they had like the kind of mechs.
Yeah.
And they had the same
thing.
The same mechs in
Yeah.
Just copied that
Or even the
Yeah.
file and
one of the
just-
commandos had like a scar by his eye, remind me of the
Okay,
guy from
yeah.
Avatar as well. It's like, okay, so you took your little essence from it and applied it to your film as well. It was very interesting seeing these three different directors have their different styles.
And the third one was like Fight Club.
Bro, you know what? Yeah, the third one to me was so bad. So bad. I feel like David Fincher, which probably is one of my favorite directors, I feel like this franchise is not meant for him. I don't know why he touched
Apparently
that.
there was, after rewatching, I was reading up on it. Like
Yeah.
he said that he hates the movie because apparently there was a lot of like studio interference. He didn't get
Oh,
like.
okay.
There's a director's cut as well. Like there's a lot of.
I'll be
That's
interested
one
in
thing I really like. Just am I on?
Yeah.
So that's one thing I really like. Like this, a movie by this director, but how much is he actually? How much of his input is actually in it? How much of this movie is this guy's vision? Like that's what the whole watching a movie based on this because this director did it. I can never take that serious, man. Because the fact is, unless you fund it yourself, there's always gonna be studio input.
Yeah.
Studios gonna think about return on investment.
But I think that's most movies, no?
That's what I'm thinking.
But I feel like most directors, the elite ones, know how to navigate, even
Yeah.
though with those.
That's why, like a Nolan movie, I know it's Nolan. That's why
Yeah.
a Cameron
There's
movie, I know
terms,
it's
yeah.
Cameron, etc. But if I like the movie that's got a new director, let's say Greta Gerwig, for example, right? She's made a couple movies, enough. Like the biggest one is Barbie.
Yeah.
Everything she makes up until she becomes the big is gonna be the studio interfered by studios, and it's gonna be like.
I think that's the case a lot with like the Marvel movies as well. Like they tend to get like these left field directors. Like
Yeah.
there was this director that did the Marvels called Nia DaCosta. And I think she was like,
yeah.
in her the lead up to the film, she was like, yeah, it's not really my movie. It's like the studio
I
gonna
love
do.
directors that say that because I do that. I see, like, when I got clients that I'm working with and they have bare adjustments, I'm like, this is not my video. This is your video. It's not mine.
You tell them that.
I understand. No, I'm sure that. Yeah, I said it's not my video. This is your video.
It is
And
good.
if it's trash, you know what I'm saying? Like one of my barber, he says to me all the time. He says if I come to him and I tell him what I want him to do to me, and it comes out shit, it's my fault, not his fault.
Is what you asked for, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and my vision was trash.
Yeah.
And that's what I see studios. They ask for a particular thing because they feel it's going to make a return on investment that's really good. But the director knows what's best because he's a fucking director.
Yeah.
And what happens, isn't it? I was going to say something else. I was going to say. Anyway, yeah.
But touching on that, I feel like with Alien Romulus, I feel like it played it very safe because, like we said before, like this, we're gonna go into spoilers now, but like it followed the same format as the original Alien, and even in, I won't say Aliens too, but the original Alien, it literally followed the same format, the same, and it was just very weird to me because what I loved about the first Alien was you didn't even know who the protagonist was until like an hour into the film, like. Obviously, is a strong female lead, but it wasn't like thrown in your face that this is the person that's gonna take over the whole story. Like she didn't come into the character, or you didn't really hear from her until like an hour into it actually made sense. This one, of course, kind of like shines your face. This is the lead. This is the person that's essentially gonna survive. You know she's gonna survive. So it's no like real fear that she will end up like dying at any point. Not saying it made it bad, but it's like if we're just gonna follow the same format, then what's the point of making a film? But I did enjoy it nonetheless. I think what I enjoyed most of it was the visual aspect of it was beautiful. I think doing practical was a really good move. I think that's what adds on to it quite a lot. I think the lead did a good job. She's been in films like Pistilla. She played the lead in Pistilla. And she did Civil War, which is still one of my favorite films of the year as well. She seemed like she's becoming an actor of her own. But
I hated her character in that movie. But
the girl.
I don't want to tangent off, but yeah.
But I enjoyed her in it. But my main character that I enjoyed a lot was Andy, which is plays a robot in it. I love how Alien always has like a robot in the movie or
That's another
Android.
thing that they always use.
And I thought he was my favorite character in it because I love the idea of an android. I love the fact that the humans were bullying the android, and then he was like very like he wasn't the smartest android. Then he leveled up and he became super intelligent. I love that little dynamic between the two of that. I think his aspect to it was good, and like I said before, the final act was probably the best I've seen. If I didn't have those two elements into it, then this film would have been very disappointing to me.
One thing I do ahead of a movie is I'll watch all the previous ones, right?
Yeah.
When I did it with Mad Max and when I did it with, I don't know, like, well, I can't think of anything else, but
Yeah.
I come to realize that my perspective is really widened in how movies were done back then versus how they are now. And one pattern I recognize is that a lot of these modern movies are very, very, very similar. When you was talking about the protagonist being like in your face, and that's such a thing. Like it really is in modern movies.
They do all the time.
It's always like making known that this, and it's always like when it's like a villain and hero kind of story. It's always villain introduction first, and then the intro credits, and then you introduce the main character, and then you go do a story, and then fights at the end. And I realized how movies were done back then versus how they are now. It's very different.
Very different.
And there's so much more patterns I recognize in modern movies, especially in blockbusters. Maybe less so in art house movies and A24 and whatnot, but in blockbuster movies, you can really predict how things are gonna play. Not necessarily how the story's gonna play out, but what's gonna happen in what order.
Yeah.
So I know that the first few scenes is gonna be the villain's introduction, and then it's gonna be the main character's introduction, that person's lifestyle and how they live, and then we're gonna do a day in the life of theirs, and then we're gonna introduce the problem, and
I think
it's all the same.
I think that's because I think they just don't trust the audience anymore. They don't trust them to actually wait. Like,
but back then it really wasn't like that. This formula did not exist.
Definitely watch the first Alien, because I know you're not into like horror stuff, but this is not. It's more of a thriller than a horror. This one.
Watch it.
It is a very good film because the pacing in it is very slow, but you enjoy it. The pacing, you enjoy the fact that you're just learning a lot more about the fact they're in space. you learn about the alien takes a very long time to become the actual alien, and the suspense of that is very entertaining to watch. Like I literally timed it. It took the alien didn't become a thing until like over an hour into the film, but I was still was very intrigued to see what was
Aliens
happening.
more subtle. Aliens
Super
is
subtle.
more like action, more
Yeah.
like, you know, in
More
your
like
face.
guns blazing, shooting all them like.
What's funny is that when I do this like previous movie watch, and I always do it because I look forward to watching the modern, the new one.
Yeah.
But it's gone to the point where I'm actually more excited to watch the old ones.
Oh yeah.
Because I know what I'm gonna give the new ones. With these old ones, how you describing aliens, it sounds like it's a lot more entertaining than Romulus.
Yeah.
And that's probably what I'm gonna look forward to the most, watching the originals first.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like if someone passes down a recipe to you,
Yeah,
and you follow the recipe, like, okay,
But you ain't got
2
the- you ain't got the
tablespoons
yay.
of this.
You ain't got
So
the
Romulus is like you're following the recipe,
Mm.
but then you add a little garnish on the end just to be like and the garnish is what he's talking about, the last 20-30 minutes where he kind of puts his own kind of spin on it, but previous to that he's just following the recipe.
So do you think it's just
ingredient
modernized?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a modernized
Exactly.
movie.
Yeah,
Updated
exactly.
technology, updated graphics, all that
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah,
Exactly.
which was kind of very disappointing for me. Like, honestly, I was watching this film and like before the final act, I was like, oh, this film's quite mid. And then I got that scene, which was like there was a lot of suspense throughout the film. There's a lot of, for me, it felt like the most scariest alien to me. Because I was watching IMAX, so the sound was like really good, and visually it looked really good. But I was very much like, what's about to happen? What's about to happen?
Yeah.
But
Can I pause you for a second?
Yeah.
The battery's gonna die, so I'm gonna switch it real quick.
oh, fair.
Splash.
Cool. We're right back after this commercial break.
Dead.
Myles, you want to give a non-spoiler review on Alien
I think we're
Romulus?
spoilers now.
I mean, not spoilers, spoiler review on Romulus.
Spoiler review. Okay, so things I enjoyed. Same like you. I thought like they dialed into the horror elements. The body horror was good, like bursting out.
Oh,
of the chest.
yeah.
There was a lot of blood. There was like that whole kind of pregnancy scene. That was crazy.
Oh, shit.
The pregnancy
That was-
scene in Aliens? Let's go, I'm down for this
so
one.
the final act had... You know what? I knew it was going to happen because one of the characters said, I'm pregnant. And I was like, okay, foreshadowing activated.
thing comes out of the blab.
So what happens is the part of the story is there is Andy, the android.
Yeah.
They go onto a new ship, and on the new ship they discover all elements of the previous people that were on there. One of which is another android, and the android has his own. What should I?
Like, he's got set like his own mission.
Yeah, he's got his own mission. His mission is to protect the company, regardless of how many casualties there are.
Yeah.
So, the company's way of forwarding the advancement of humankind is to use some of the alien DNA,
Yeah.
and integrate it with the human DNA, because humans will eventually die out, and aliens are basically like immortal. They don't need to eat, they don't need to sleep.
Yeah.
But they showed them a video of like a rat that was kind of dead. They injected it and it come back to form. But then they left thinking that the formula worked. But when the video goes
Oh
on,
yeah, Amazing Spider-Man.
the rat transforms into some mad little kind of mutated creature.
Yeah.
So, pregnant woman is dying. They all thinking, we shouldn't use this, but she didn't see all of that.
See the video.
So she's dying. She's thinking, how can I save myself? And she sees that. She injects herself with a thing.
Oh, long day.
And then instead of her turning into it,
baby.
the fetus.
Yeah, and she gives literally
she comes
because the formula kind of speeds the process of things. She gets pregnant, like shows it, and just literally gives birth to it.
Does she give birth, or does it like this?
No, she gives
prison
birth
break.
to it.
Yeah, she gives birth.
She
to
gives
it.
birth.
Like they cut the umbilical cord and everything.
Did
It was
she have to
very
bite
graphical.
it? Did she have to bite it,
yeah,
or
she
she
bit that.
Yeah, she bit. Yeah.
She Mike Tyson that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Fucking
man.
spaghetti.
Yeah,
Black pudding,
it was
bro.
very, very uncomfortable to watch.
So all the
boy.
body horror and like the face huggers, and the face huggers were proper.
They were lit. They were
lit.
some
They were probably
they were
better
freaky
than
though.
the proper
They're
freaky.
freaky. 69 God for real, bro. They
He's a fan.
were going crazy on them.
But yeah, like the face huggers, like the one came off another one of the humans' face.
Oh yes, it
And
was
the thing that they put in the mouth was going on for time,
oh
bro.
shit, he's like it was in there, boy.
It was in there.
Pause.
It's like that was gore porn, you know. That shot, and I think they have it in the trailer. I'll put it on the screen here, but like they've shown it a lot of times. And the thing is that's where I get to see the director because his style is a lot of that. He likes to show those uncomfortable things, and those are the rare moments in this film where I got to see his style. Other times, I saw a lot of interstellar moments in this film, like visually, like with the side shots of the craft going to places. The bit when they had to like follow the movement of the ship they're going on board, and you have to like move in the same pace as them.
Orthodox,
Like
yeah.
we've seen that in Interstellar, where he's like trying to chase down Matt Damon's character. In
Even
the
the
other ship.
planet, even the planet that had like the Jupiter like rings. I
Yeah.
like that. I like all the visuals,
Visually,
yeah.
it was quite good.
But yeah, so the body horror was great.
Yeah.
I felt like they built tension quite well. As you
did.
said, David Johnson's performance was really good. He plays this kind of dual role. So David Johnson, he plays an android called Andy.
Yeah.
Andy's a damaged android. So he's kind of like glitchy, kind of like not sure of himself. He's getting bullied. But then when they find a new android, he gives him like an updated program. So when he puts it in, he's like,
Windows 11, let's go.
Yeah.
like he goes into a different, the personality is different. He's super cold, super like they're begging him to open this doors, but he just won't do it. Like,
it's like,
I'm going to do whatever's best for the company. So I enjoyed that. But in terms of stuff I didn't like that it was basically a carbon copy of the previous Aliens.
Yeah.
And I felt it was kind of predictable as well. Like from the time you saw the mutated rat, like later on, that's going to come into play.
We're gonna get mutated alien.
And I felt like you didn't really, I don't know if it was just me, but I didn't really care about any of the characters.
Bruv, the characters were so dead to me. Every single one of them. And the thing is that it felt like they're trying to spend some time for you. That it took a while for them to actually go into space, and I thought that was the moment they're gonna give you a little bit essence of the characters. But I didn't care about, bruv. I didn't care if he was gonna die, bruv. Just die.
Exactly.
Like it was cool. And like if I compare it to the first Alien, where you didn't really get that much backstory of the characters, but for some reason I cared a little bit more. Like this one, you got backstory. Like one of them had their mum died from a droid, so he hates robots. I didn't care. The other one pregnant, I didn't care. I didn't care. But the first Alien, you didn't know if they were mums. You didn't know if there was dads. You didn't know if they had brothers. You didn't know if they had siblings. You didn't know anything about them. But for some reason, you just cared about the story a lot more. This one is like, bruv. It felt like a horror film.
Better writing, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It was a lot better writing in the first one. You said you didn't like the lead character.
I think she was okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was okay. I don't like. She was basically Ripley.
She was, and that's what I hate about these Alien series now. Ever since Ridley is such a great character in the Alien franchise that they always try to replicate it anytime. Like Prometheus, I don't think I said that right, but in that film, the female lead, they have that one. Then Alien Covenant, they have that one as well, and they just follow that format to a T. Where it's like it just feels very lazy. Like you can be a little bit more creative. Yes, great to have a female lead, but let's not just say let's not make that the bare minimum. Like let's add a little bit more layers to it as well.
Even like in Alien 1, there's a scene where the guy is showing her how to work the gun.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
you do this. They had the same.
Yeah, they did it. Fam, you know what? Yeah,
Carbon copy.
My points might go down on this film. Still, when I left the cinema, I was like 3.5. I enjoyed this film.
But it's a good trick that movies do is that if it leaves a good taste in your mouth, pause.
Yeah.
You're the
Like
road
if the final thing they show you is
If it tastes good, yeah.
Yeah. If yo, that shit's
Oh,
to that.
The thing is, no. So, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the first Alien movie in how long?
When's the last one? I think the last one was Alien Covenant, and that came out. Give me a second.
2014.
2017. Oh,
okay.
shit.
Oh,
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute since.
So
since
wait.
the last one.
So what is this? Because like, from my understanding, the whole Force Awakens thing is, you do this. You do a carbon copy because it's been a while, and you want to remind the younger audience and the older audience what this is. What this is. So you kind of like you show them the modern version of what they're familiar with.
Yeah.
And then you build sequels that go in a different direction. That to me, that's a great formula.
Yeah.
To me, I love that formula. The way Star Wars did it, but in terms of the formula, this makes no sense to me because they. No, let me back out the.
So this one, in terms of the timeline, this one's after the original. So it's in between.
What I need to know is
Alien
like what
and
movies
Aliens.
came out in what year, so I know like.
What do you mean? overall.
Yeah, so
the
all the aliens, like what, like how what's the gaps between each? Is there like was there a crazy long gap at any point?
Maybe from Prometheus and the last Alien, which was Alien
97, 86,
Resurrection.
92, 97, 04, 07, 12, 17. There was no flipping gap.
What are you talking about, Aliens?
Yeah, there's no gap between alien movies, like big, like we're talking like Star Wars.
I mean, the
kind of gap.
biggest, no, well, not that much, because obviously you had the Aliens versus Predator, but the last gap between this one and the last one is almost, what,
7 years.
7 years, which I think is a big enough gap.
Okay, fair enough.
Between the two. That's why I
So
feel like he felt safe enough.
Yeah.
He's treating it the same way as Force Awakens, like we're doing a remake,
Oh, so it's a reboot.
but it's a reboot in a way. So
But have they got like sequels planned?
well, this one seems like he's doing quite well, so I won't be surprised if they say let's roll through.
I think
a
they're
lot
doing
more.
like a TV series as well.
Yeah, I think
That's
Alien
the
World,
only-
doing Alien World with Hulu,
Jurassic World.
which is
But that's-
which is what I'm finding out about the Alien series is like the next couples, all the sequels we've had have always been about the past. They've never done anything new. Another sequel which is like upgrading the story. They always go back to the past. So the last sequel's been Prometheus and Alien Covenant, which is before Alien in terms of the Alien timeline, and then Alien Romulus is Alien
In between.
after, in between the first one and the second one, and then
It's in
Alien
between?
Earth, it's in between those two. And Alien Earth, which is going to be a TV series, it must be the first film before Prometheus and like Alien
They're
Covenant.
scared of general.
So it's like, why can't they go do if you're gonna do a sequel, why can't you do a sequel that's just like the next story?
Yeah.
Like, just go further down into the past. Where it's like, I don't know. I don't understand why they do that, but
That's funny.
I haven't seen Alien Resurrection, so I don't know if that's like meant to be the conclusion of the whole Alien series.
And there were in this film there were a few moments where characters made really, really stupid decisions, but that could just be a horror thing. Because you know, like in horror movies, they do like
Everyone loses brain cells.
Yeah, but
when it's
then
scared.
even when I see that, I'm like, fam, is there no sense of logic at all?
like the guy who was
Let's
talking
be honest. If you were chased by an alien, would you be thinking logically?
Bruv, my girl got hit by the face eater thing, did the whole nasty freak nick where you take it out and the whole thing's like coming out.
Yeah.
My man, Andy's like, I cannot let you bring this woman into the ship because he may have planted the seeds inside her. Man just said, I don't know if he loved her or just that's her friend, that's his friend. He grabbed her and just took her and just ran into the ship. Everyone's like,
why?
the thing came out in like,
And they had the X-ray thing
Yeah.
so they could have checked.
This was sick as well.
But love, isn't it?
Bruv, it came through, the whole ship got demolished, bruv. The guys that are watching from the other ship are just seeing the ship like spin around because obviously the alien came out of her, slapped at the pregnant girl, knocked her unconscious, and now it's going on a madness running around. And literally just, that action there is what we got through the whole film. It was the catalyst to all the chaos that took
So you should be grateful.
fire.
Even that same guy, when he found like a cocoon,
Man tried to laser
he
it.
tried to laser it and it started bleeding, all of that,
that's
And
it.
then after that, he was just standing watching it like that. And then the tail come out, hook him in his chest. So I was like, bro, move, man. When you gonna kill it, move.
No, bro, I'll be dead serious with you lot. I don't think none of us would be doing all that we were saying had we been in that situation.
I'm not standing and
In terms of that, maybe not.
'Cause deep down-
if a face, what was it called again? Is it a hug? What's it called?
Face
again?
hugger.
Face hugger. That's a funny name, bro. Quite lazy.
What?
If a face hugger hits you, I'm sorry. You can't be next to me no more. It's over.
Bro.
It's over.
Even,
After-
especially
after-
after they explain
I thought
exactly, they explain
Yeah.
exactly what happens. Like it goes into you, it's gonna.
Okay,
hatch
but
out
no,
your
but now
chest.
switch it out.
And the robot literally says there's a 60-40% chance that he planted the seeds inside of you.
60
Brother,
quid.
you're staying
Yes,
there.
but
You're
deep
not
it.
coming on the
But
ship.
deep it
You're
if
not
it-
coming on the ship.
Okay, cool.
Stay there. Let's wait. Let's just wait. Let's just wait and see.
But deeper, yeah. Had it not been me, had it been someone that you care a lot about.
You have to wait.
No, but
I love you.
No,
I love you.
but
you have to wait.
But he said 60-40. Had he said 80-20 or even 70-30,
I-
allow
I'm
it.
not-
I'm not much of a gambling guy. What can I
60-40
say?
is close to 50-50.
What can I say? I'm not a gambling guy, man. I don't like my odds. I don't like my
Bro,
odds.
60-40
Stay
is
there
close
for
to
10 minutes. Stay there for 10 minutes.
And
And chill.
chill.
And wait.
Yeah, but deeper. If it is a 60% chance, that means your brethren, the one that you love, is about to get emmed, and you can do something to save me.
How?
I don't know what it is, but that's what you're thinking. But that's what you're thinking. I need to save my brethren.
Stay over there, bro. Are you letting me come on the ship?
No, they tried. No way.
It's not possible.
No
It's
way,
not
bro.
possible.
No way.
You must have
What was
lost your
someone you
mind.
loved?
Huh? Nah, that's tough, bro. I might have to isolate them.
But he
you
says
go.
60, the 60-40 part stands
Bruv,
out.
Stay off the
Isolate them.
ship, man. You're not coming on
You're
the
not
ship.
doing
Wait.
this with someone you love, my guy. I'm telling you.
I am.
Because you're
I am.
thinking,
No,
fair
I am.
enough if
I
you
am.
know,
I'm
'cause
doing
you're
it for
thinking-
love
Fair
now.
enough
Because
if
you're
he tried to
thinking-
save them, but what
That's
he
what I'm
tried to do, he tried to save them and flee. And if he fled, they
Yeah.
had no way of getting off the ship,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
No, but he
seriously.
fled from the robot, no?
No,
Yeah,
he fled from.
Yes and no.
Right? Because the robot's gonna
'Cause he
dash
was-
her back in the.
Yeah, because he was trying to fight against the robot.
That's what I'm
And
saying. And
obviously
he's not
he-
winning that robot fight.
They gave him a little bit backstory. Obviously, he hates robots because they did his mum dirty.
So you got another one. So a robot is trying to kill someone that he loves again.
That's how he's seeing it. That's
what
how
I'm saying.
he's
When you
seeing
put
it.
the piece
I still,
together,
I
it
still
makes
think
sense.
it's
Had
very
you been in
unrational.
those
It's very
shoes-
irrational, stupid.
No,
typical
but had you
horror.
been in those shoes?
Horror.
Deeper. Are they
Okay.
expecting? Was this the first face hugger in the movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they weren't expecting this shit
Well, no.
in this particular movie. Well, so it's the first one that he's been exposed to in this
Yeah,
particular
yeah,
movie.
yeah,
you
yeah.
could
So
say
he
that.
has no fucking clue. This.
But the robot tells you,
The
bro,
robot tells
this
them.
literally what happens with the aliens. Like, he gave you the whole play.
Doesn't
And
matter,
they
bro.
goes and
He
told you how to
gives you
take
Bro,
scenes
I can
as
see
well.
a
It comes
picture
up.
of a flipping lion. If a lion pulls up on me right now, all logic is leaving the
Your
door.
phone said, yo, if you do this, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Your phone's never done this before, and you're telling me this stuff. Will you not go, let me just listen to what this thing's telling me?
Doesn't matter. This phone telling me.
I
hate phones.
Bro, the robot.
I hate phones.
Half his body is wrapped off.
Deep it, bro. I hate phones. I'm this character. I hate phones.
So you're not
I'm gonna
listening to any
the
phone?
I'm deep. It's like is
Alright,
my head.
We ended like this. No, I'm with you. I heard what you're saying. We ended with this. You'll be wrong.
I know.
You'd be wrong.
I know, bro.
And then
I'm
everything goes
justifying.
left.
I'm justifying the behavior of
decision,
someone that is
yeah.
in that particular position.
okay.
So it may sound stupid from someone that's watching it in the comfort of their cinema room, but had I been in the movie, it's a different situation. I'm saying. Anyway, sorry.
A stupid action.
That being said, I'll probably do the same thing. I'll be double shit as well to do the
But there
same
was
thing.
another creative scene that I liked. Speaking of, like, obviously there's a lot of carbon copy, but one thing with the aliens, their blood is acidic. So if you kill one with a gun and it splashes on you, like, it will literally
you're done,
burn
yeah,
you. So one thing that they said is that because of the ship that they're on, if the blood melts the ship, because they're in space, it will cause like a vacuum and kill
you're
everyone.
done.
But there's like an anti-gravity thing on the ship, so they turn it off so that when they shoot the aliens, the blood is just floating in the air like that, and they have to kind of avoid it at the same time while being suspended. And that was quite a good scene.
Yeah, that was hard. I think I saw some clips. I don't know how true it was, but it said that the director was inspired by the video game.
Okay.
There were some elements of the video game. Even the bit where there was a bit where all the face huggers were in a room, and they said that they obviously can't see it, but so they go off by body temperature, so they had to raise the heat of the room to match their body temperature. So they had to walk
that's
through the
hot.
room while the face huggers were there, and it was very like suspenseful. And I think that was a carbon copy from element from the video game. So it was I like those type of scenes that they added to it, which was
There was
quite
one
good.
scene I didn't understand, but I don't know if you could explain it to me.
Yeah.
So they're trying to escape, and it's the anti-gravity thing. It's the time's counting down.
Yeah.
The counter goes down, and she starts dropping.
Yeah.
And then instead of letting her die, the alien grabs her foot and just starts screaming at her.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that. Why
did
you just yak her and just like
Yeah, just let her die.
yeah, I don't know.
Why
I don't
did he
know.
save her? I don't understand.
I don't know. Maybe because some of them want to put seeds inside of you, and like I don't
Can
know.
they only put the seed if the body's alive?
I think so. I think
Okay.
sometimes there's been
how's that-
past
how's-
alien films where they put them inside the cocoon thing and they're still like alive, and then they'll save them or not. So maybe he was looking at her as like, this person seems perfect to put my
host.
seeds in. Damn.
Pause.
Thank you. I appreciate you for that. Bro, it's fine. When you're lacking, I got you. All pauses are covered this episode.
Lastly, on this film, obviously we spoke about the final act. What's your thoughts on it? Because this is probably peak cinema for
I
you.
thought it was
for-
dead.
Imagine.
I thought it was cool, but we've seen the kind of humanoid aliens in that. I think it was Prometheus. Was it Prometheus?
I think so. You know.
But they were very ambitious. I appreciate that they swung for the walls.
Yeah.
But I don't think I liked it as much as you. But it was interesting. I think because I knew it was coming, I think there was that kind of suspense of what the humanoid thing would look like. But yeah, it felt like, like in Lord of the Rings, where you feel like the movie's gonna end and then it carries on.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of felt like as well. Like it had one ending, then it carried on. But I enjoyed the last sequence, but I don't think I enjoyed it as much as you.
I thought it was sick.
Yeah. What specifically you reckon?
So I think it's just because I kind of was on your as well. I was kind of on your thoughts on it in terms of like I kind of saw it coming. The moment she said she was pregnant, I knew they're gonna like put some alien stuff in, like combine that together as some form of fashion. So I was waiting for it to happen. And if you've seen any alien film, there's always like, okay, they're safe, but they're not safe. Like the typical horror aspect to it. So I knew all these elements were happening. I think the way that sequence took place was just well done for me. There was a moment like, wait, is the main character gonna die now? Like there was like actual fear that the main character might actually be at risk at this very moment. The pregnant girl, she's dead. It's gone through, but I felt scared. I felt the suspense. I felt the tension, and I was literally like, I felt like the FIFA game where I was sitting up, like just watching, like, oh shit, what's actually about to happen? And the actions that took place to even get rid of the alien, obviously, like we said before, it was the same type of strategy as we seen in the first Alien to get rid of the alien, just like open the vote to have it come through off the ship, which just seemed like the only way to kill an alien is like just get him off the ship.
Yeah, a lot. Alien 1, Alien 2.
But the way they done it was good. That one of the final shots when she's like hanging off and you're seeing like the ring of the planet as it exploding was just like a beautiful visual to see. So that made me go, okay, that was sick. Does it save the film for me? In terms of like not giving it a complete mid, I say it's good. I'll recommend it people to watch. So I hold a lot to that scene for me to say it's a good film. So if it wasn't for that scene, I'll say this film was trash. So that's why I hold up to this scene so much, because I think it's gone off what you said in terms of like it left me on a high.
It did.
Yeah, and then afterwards, now that we're talking, this will remind me why I did not like
So
this.
that clarity, that post-nut clarity. No, that's not a pause.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey yo. I watched the trailer. I see the scene come out as Fro. You're saying personal clarity. Things are all going all like.
That seems crazy.
That
innit?
seems wild.
That seems wild. That seems wild. But
on,
yeah,
the throne,
that's our thoughts on Alien Romulus. I'll say it's worth watching if you enjoy the Alien films.
Yeah.
I think for next, if they plan to do a sequel, I think they will do a sequel. Let's do something completely different. Take it left, man. Aliens go New York, man. Let's go, man.
Bro, Lao New York, bro.
I'm tired of seeing these aliens go Brixton.
That's some Attack the Block here.
That's like the block.
I want to see the aliens somewhere else, man. I'm tired of seeing them on these ships, man. The ships look
Bro,
cool,
I can
but
just see
cut,
like
man.
someone taking the face logo off the thing, the camera, and one next man saying, "Yo, why for that? Why for that, Rusk?"
Brits can never be serious, did it?
You can't be
Even the most
serious.
tense
Man's
moments.
like trying to take the thing off his face. Man saying,
I
"Why?"
said, hey, yo.
Hey yo.
But yeah, my rating will still be kind of the same. I'm on the cusp of a 3 out of 5. What would you rate it out of 5?
Out of 5, I would say 2.5.
Damn. Shut. Fair enough.
What's your shot?
if you,
3 is, 2.5.
Fair. You know, this film's got a lot of mixed reviews, to be fair. A lot of people love it quite high. I've seen some people saying it's the best in the franchise, which is not true at all.
No.
But some people have said it's really great, said it's good, and there's a lot of people that say it's very disappointing. I think people that are real like into like the Alien franchise just see it as the same as the others. So
I think
just
it's, it's like a gift and a curse. Like it takes it back to basics, which is like you're stuck in a place, you have to fight these aliens. So in that sense, because we haven't really had that in such a while, it's refreshing. Because like Covenant and Prometheus, or Prometheus especially, they take it quite left. They take you back to the origins and engineers and is there a god and all of these type of mad concepts.
Did you enjoy those ones? I
thought it was okay.
I thought it was good, you know.
I thought it was okay.
I realized a lot of people did not like those films.
Yeah, it was interesting to like Prometheus didn't really feel like an alien film.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was refreshing to see like a different type of take and try to expand the world. But yeah, so it's a gift and a curse in terms of like taking it back to basics. Like they took it back to like the survival horror. Yeah. But it didn't do anything new with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a perfect way to end our review on Alien Romulus. It's out now in cinemas, so if you do want to check it out, please do. I recommend watching it in IMAX just because the sounds and the visuals just deserve that type of watch.